This sounds ridiculous at first. The United States has never won a FIFA World Cup. They've never even reached a World Cup final. England invented modern football. England has produced some of the greatest players the sport has ever seen. So how is it possible that the USA could one day win a World Cup before England wins another one? The answer has nothing to do with history. It has everything to do with the future. Let's start with England. England won the World Cup in 1966, their only title. Since then, they've produced world-class players, world-class managers, and some of the biggest clubs on the planet. And yet, they haven't won another World Cup. They've come close. Semi-finals in 1990, semi-finals in 2018, and a European Championship final in 2021, Euro 2020. But close doesn't count. For nearly 60 years, England have been waiting for another World Cup trophy. Now compare that to the United States. For most of football history, soccer simply wasn't America's biggest sport. The country's best athletes often chose basketball, American football, baseball, or athletics. As a result, the United States never developed football in the same way traditional football nations did. But over the last 2 decades, something has changed. Major League Soccer has grown significantly. Youth development has improved. More American players are moving to European clubs at younger ages. And the United States men's national team is now regularly producing players who compete in top European leagues, like Christian Pulisic at AC Milan and Weston McKennie at Juventus. 20 years ago, that was far less common. The United States has one of the largest populations in the world, nearly 349 million people in 2026. If football continues growing in popularity, the potential player pool is enormous, much larger than most traditional football nations. Of course, population alone doesn't win World Cups. If it did, countries like India would dominate international football. Development matters, coaching matters, culture matters. And that's exactly why England remain ahead today. Right now, England have the stronger football team. They have players like Jude Bellingham, Bukayo Saka, Phil Foden, and Harry Kane. England are currently ranked among the strongest national teams in world football. That is simply a fact. But football history is full of surprises. Nobody expected Croatia to reach the 2018 World Cup final. Nobody expected Morocco to reach the 2022 World Cup semifinals. International football changes quickly. And that brings us to 2026. The World Cup is being hosted by the United States, Canada, and Mexico. It will be the biggest World Cup in history. And it arrives at a time when football is growing faster in the United States than ever before. Does that mean America is about to win the World Cup? No, not even close. The favorites will still be countries like Argentina, France, Spain, Brazil, England, and others. But for the first time, the idea of the United States becoming a genuine football power no longer feels impossible. And that's what makes this discussion so fascinating. Not because America is currently better than England, they're not. But because football's future may look very different from its past. So here's the question. Who wins the next World Cup first? England or the United States? Let me know in the comments, because I have a feeling fans from both countries are going to disagree.